Welcome to the Motive Wave video tutorial series. This is a video on using the Motive Wave Elliott Wave scanner. Now first, to start off, I want to go over a disclaimer about using automated tools in any software. Our tools are very good, however we do not intend our automated tools to be used instead of doing your own analysis or instead of learning Elliott Wave. So you definitely still need to read the books or take courses or sign up for a signal or analysis service for Elliott Wave so that you can understand how to use Elliott Wave properly. And in conjunction with that, then you can use the automated tools to help you shorten your learning curve with Elliott Wave, to help speed up your analysis, and just help you be more confident in your counts. There are always different outcomes in Elliott Wave. There's usually one or two possibilities at the very least. So you may or may not agree with the automated results that come back, but that's why you need to know Elliott Wave as well, so that you can say, yep, I totally agree with that point, or no, I don't agree with that count, I want to adjust it. And with all of the Motive Wave Elliott Wave tools, even with the automated ones that are plotted for you, you still have the option to adjust the points manually after they've been placed on the chart. So you can use the automated tools to take a quick look and then wire it up differently if you don't agree with those results. But again, in general, we're very good with the results that are returned, but they are dependent on the time frame you've chosen and the specific symbol. They're not taking into consideration outside factors in the market or other instruments or other influences that are affecting that particular wave count. So just a disclaimer, but use it in complement with your analysis. Just don't blindly trade off of automated tools, and that's in any software. So keeping that in mind, let's take a look at the Elliott Wave scanner. The scanner is separate from any charts that you have open, so you don't have to be on the specific symbol or the specific time frame that you want to run the scan for. And the Elliott Wave scanner can be run across multiple symbols. So to access the Elliott Wave scanner, or our scanner function, which has several different options including Elliott Wave, you can go to File, choose New, and then go to Scan. And you can see there's a little icon here. It looks like a bar chart with a magnifying glass on it. That's the icon we use for scan. So this is one way to get in, or if I click off of that menu, if you haven't customized your toolbar, it should be this icon right here, and if I hover over it, you can see it says scan. So I'll click on this icon. It opens up our scanner wizard, so it takes you through the steps. So basically, first we choose the scan. So if we had some saved scans, they would show here. You can see I've got a Gartley example, but I want to do a new scan because I want to run an Elliott Wave scan this time. And then in the scan type, I want Elliott Wave, but you can see we also have the ability to scan for Gartley or for different studies. So I'll leave it on Elliott Wave. I'll click Next. And this is where you specify which symbols or instruments you want the scanner to run across. So you can run it across just one, you can run it across as many symbols as you like. Just remember that the more symbols you run across, the longer it takes to run the scan and return the results to you. So the first thing you can do is click on this first plus symbol if you want to add an existing instrument. So if I click on there, today I'll take a look at Forex. So I'll choose from the type list, I'll choose Cash Forex. And these could be different depending on what broker or data service you're using. The names could be slightly different, and the symbols that they use will be slightly different as well. But in this example, I'm using Forex, and it lists these. So I could type in a symbol if it's not here and I didn't want to scan through here. But in this example, I'm just going to take a few from here. So you can choose one, just highlight it by clicking on it once and say OK. Or if there's a few in here that you want, you can hold down your control key and just click the ones that you want to add and click OK. So you can see they're all added here. If you were looking for a symbol that you didn't see in those results, you can use this second one, which is the search and add-in instrument. So MotiveWave does preload a certain set of instruments depending on your broker or data service provider, but we don't necessarily add all of them. So if you don't see it in the existing instruments, you can add it here by just typing in a symbol. So if I typed EUR, make sure it's on Forex, it'll return all of the symbols that have EUR in there, and I could just choose whichever one I wanted. So that's how to add them individually. Or for the scanner, you also have the ability to pull in a watch list folder, which you have set up in MotiveWave. So if you already have a specific folder and you want to scan across that entire one, you can just come into here, add watch list, and I'm going to choose the Euro pairs, which you can see is actually my folder up here. So it's going to pull in or scan across all of the symbols that are within this watch list folder. Okay, so I've highlighted it. I say OK. The other options you have here is if you wanted them to scan in a particular order, you can move them up, move them down, or even delete them by using this X. So because I'm going to do my watch list, I'm just going to delete the rest of these just for this simple example. So I've got my Euro watch list. I'll click Next. And this is where I specify what pattern I want to search for and the bar size and all of these different options. So in this example, I'm going to choose a wave 3, but these are the options you can choose. For bar size, I'm going to leave it on day, but just to show you, there's all of these different options, plus there's the custom options as well. If you choose any of these first ones here, Renko, range, volume, bid ask, and tick, this area will highlight here so that you can specify the range to apply to these options. When you click a normal bar size, that's deactivated because it doesn't apply. So I'm going to switch back to day. Extended data, you can choose whether you want to include the extended data or after hours data. If you don't, you can just deselect that. I'm going to leave it on. Then you have minimum and maximum bars. So right now it's going to use a maximum of 1,000 bars. And you can change that by going up or going down with the arrows, or selecting this and typing over a number. I'm going to choose use all available data. And then when I do that, it uses the maximum, so you don't specify that piece, but it does allow you to specify the minimum number of bars to start with. So again, you can go up or down, you can type over it, for example, but I'm going to leave it at the 1,000. The last option here is the decompose levels option. So right now I have it on decompose all, so it will decompose as low as it can. But if you only wanted it to decompose a certain number of levels, you can deselect that and then specify how many levels down you want to go. So maybe you don't want it to go any further than the standard basic pattern, or maybe you want it to go down 1 or 2 levels. I'm going to leave it on decompose all just to show you what it does. So now I'll click Next, and this is where once I click this, this scan will start. So I'll click this. It's going to go through all of those symbols. So if you do load hundreds of symbols in here, it's going to take some time. You just have to be patient and let it run. Or you just create smaller scans to do smaller subsets of data. So I didn't have a lot of symbols in that folder, so it's already finished the scan and it's returned the results here. So to explain what you're seeing, for the Euro US dollar pair, and remember we did an Elliott wave scan, we were looking for wave 3s, the bar size was 1 day, and this is the time that we've run it. So for the Euro US dollar, it's come back with 2 results, meaning that it found on this same symbol 2 wave 3 patterns that follow the rules, but they are alternates. So the first one is listed normally, the second one is a -2 to show you that it's an alternate possibility of this first one. And for the score, what you see over here, in MotiveWave we have a scoring system, complex behind the scenes, but basically it runs through all of the Elliott wave rules, guidelines, and the theory, and scores that to determine what the best match for a pattern 3 would be. So in this example, a yellow dot means it's a fair match. A green dot means it's a good match. 2 green dots means it's a very good match. And 3 green dots means it's an excellent match. So we're going to take a look at this one. But for any of these, if you want to see what the scan has returned as an Elliott wave pattern, you just double click on these. So you can double click on each of them, take a look, and then close the ones that you don't want to work with. So for example, I'll click on the EuroCAD here, double click, and it opens up the result. So you can see it's labeled everything to the wave 3, and it's decomposed as much as it can. So again, use this in combination, use it to speed up your analysis or to get you started, but please make sure that you don't do the shortcut of actually not learning Elliott wave. Motive wave does a very good job at helping you shorten your learning curve. It will warn you if you're doing the manual tools, if you've placed something incorrectly, and it will still, if you move some of the points around here, it will let you do it, but it will warn you if you've put it in a spot that breaks one of the rules. So now I'll just close this out and we'll go back. So I'll show you how to save your scan. So in here, actually one point to say is if you scanned and you didn't get results or you didn't get enough results that you were looking for, go back and you can change all of this. I can go back to the very beginning, switch everything up. So you do have the option, let's put that watch list in again. You do have the option to switch everything back up to continually check until you get the scan results that you're looking for. And once you have that scan, if you want to reuse it, if it's something that you find that you can run on a regular basis, you just click the save button here. And I recommend that you name it something specific to the type of scan you ran. So you can see I've got one saved as Gartley, but that doesn't tell me what in that Gartley scan was used. So in this example, I'm going to call it Elliott wave dash 1 day and Euro pairs. So I know exactly what that scan is. So I'll save that and then close this out. So now if I go back into that scan, again under scan here or under the file new scan, that scan I just saved is now in this list here, right? But if I go into that and I click next, it takes me directly to the start scan. So you can't change, oh actually it can. It will take you directly there, but you go back and at this point you can make the changes as well. So you don't have to skip through those pages once you've got it saved. It will take you directly to the start scan page. Sorry, having trouble speaking. Okay, so now you've got the scanner saved. If you want to delete some of them or you just want to manage them, edit them, you can come up to configure here and you can see this one here says manage scans. So if I come in here, it's got the ones that I have saved. So this is the other way. You could come in here and create one. That'll take you back into the wizard, or you can highlight one, rename it, open it, and again it will take you into that scan. It's just the window popped up behind, but there you go. So it's taken me into that particular scan, and then I can go straight to the start scan again. So that is the Elliott wave scanner. Remember, use it wisely, use it in combination with your own analysis, and have fun with it. Please look for our other videos in our training tutorial series. Thank you.